Over $10 billion, around $10 billion in requests that were made for these around $2 billion in funds. And the fact that Connecticut is receiving, as a result of the news this morning, $121 million to support this high-speed rail system is a great tribute to all involved. So my hats off to everybody here for the job that's been done. And certainly to Ray LaHood and the Obama administration for their recognition of the vital significance of this proposal. Just to put it in perspective briefly, and then I'll turn to the governor and others for some comments to make. This corridor of ours that runs from the Haven on it through Springfield represents in population around 2 million people in our state, a little less than that. There are 32 colleges and universities in this core area. There are some 120,000 students who attend institutions of higher learning in this core. There are over 40,000 businesses, most of them small, that are located in this very corridor, this knowledge corridor we've talked. Providing vital transportation links will make a huge difference for this part of our state, getting people off the roads. The Federal Highway Administration, the Federal Railroad Administration anticipate that some 4,000 less automobiles will have to travel our roads. There'll be 10,000 tons of less emissions as a result of this corridor, this high-speed rail system going into place. More than 5,000 jobs over the next 9 years in construction work, and around 1,400 jobs a year as a result. So at a time, obviously, of a lot of stress for people in our state, with high unemployment rates not only here but around the country, this not only provides relief and opportunity in the short term, but in the very long term. It is really a future investment in our state, taking the richness and the vitality that exists in this part of our state and providing the alternative of clean transportation and jobs, linking up jobs with people in their homes so they have a chance to grow and prosper as all of us want to see happen.
It's good news for commuters, it's certainly good news for businesses and for the economic development along the Central Connecticut corridor. You know, Chris sort of hit on most everything that we all want to talk about here today. But it's really, to me, when I talk about it being a good news day, all of us love to be at good news events, and we could all use a few more of them these days. But it's good about the future of transportation in our state, not only for the state, but throughout New England as well. And as the Senator mentioned, you know, we're talking today about celebrating the fact that we are receiving $120 million, almost $121 million in federal grant. That, my friends, is very impressive, and we are thrilled. A little bit candid with you and tell you that it's not everything that we asked for, but while it isn't everything that we asked for, it will allow us one important thing that we need to continue to focus on, and that is to run trains in both directions. That may sound like a small thing to some folks, but it's pretty important when we're talking about high-speed rail and improving the service all along the route. We won this competitive grant, and it is a very highly competitive grant because, as Senator Dodd just said, everyone was working together. Our legislative, our congressional delegation, obviously the Senator's office, my office, Department of Transportation, everyone recognized how important this was and that we needed to have the best application we could put together. And that's exactly what we did.
The state legislature, a very disturbing report on the future of Connecticut's economy made the rounds in both the House and the Senate, and what it warned was that though Connecticut enjoys this enormous advantage given the quality of life here and our proximity to major international economic hubs like Boston and New York, we were at risk of becoming an economic cul-de-sac because it was getting harder and harder to get people and goods to and from those major economic centers. This investment in the New Haven to Springfield rail line unlocks almost limitless economic potential for this state, and in particular for this city.
Whole issue of infrastructure, and it is the driver of economic development is what this is all about. And it is the future. This is not short term, it's not stimulus, it's not the recovery program. When the pieces are pulled together, this is about what our national growth will be all about.